Hi and welcome. I'm here today with the Get Well Teddy stamp set from Kitchen Sink Stamps. Last week I created a blog post and a video using this teddy bear from Kitchen Sink Stamps, and I guess I'm on a teddy bear theme because I went and pulled out the Get Well teddy bear stamp set, and it has a lot of great sentiments. It has some carnations, flowers, and the teddy bear has a bandage around his arm like a sling, a bandage around his toes, and a bandage around his one ear. So super adorable. Get well soon. Hang in there. You've been through a lot lately. Hope your stay in the hospital is quick and bearable. Sending sunny smiles to brighten your day. Let's see, hugs hang in there. Sorry, I already said that one. Big bear hugs are on the way. I think this is the perfect stamp set to have to make get well cards, or maybe someone who was in the hospital or is currently in the hospital. Just really cheerful and cute. So let's get started. This is what the stamp set looks like. It has the carnations that are 3 layers, both big carnation and small carnation with long stems. And it has the teddy bear, which is 4 layers, as well as all the little sentiments and then a cute little accent heart. What I did was I took the SVG files, cut them out on my Scan and Cut. Now I'm trimming the leftover piece that I call a jig or a template, trimming it down so that I can use it in my MISTI for stamping. So this is a great way to basically get die cuts out of the stamps. Kitchen Sink Stamps offers SVG files for all their stamp sets, but you have to purchase them at the time that you're purchasing the stamp set. And speaking of purchasing stamp sets, I'll have the link below to the Kitchen Sink Stamp website as well as my affiliate link. So let's get started. First, I'm going to start with these long stem carnations. Now, inside my MISTI, I have the jig and I have the cutouts from the Scan and Cut. So basically, I am stamping directly onto these cutouts. That gives me the chance to create a 3-dimensional card instead of just a 1-layer card. The first color that I'm using is Catherine Puller Eucalyptus, and this is my darkest color, and this is for layer 2. I am going to speed this up a little bit because I do take my time when I am making my cards. I figure this helps me lessen the possibility that I'm going to make a mistake. I know there's some people who are really quick and create a card in like 10 minutes. I'm not one of those people, but that's just my style. Now I have the little carnation stem. I'm also stamping that for the second layer with eucalyptus. And so you can see what I'm doing. I am lining up the stem right in that little jig, and I've got 3 little carnations on this jig and 1 of the larger carnations. So it's like an assembly line process. I'm just moving that stamp over to the next flower, and that's how I'm going to be creating these for this card. But yeah, I did speed it up, and even though I did speed it up, it still doesn't look too fast, I don't think. I am not Speedy Gonzalez or somebody that's really fast when it comes to making cards. I feel that if I take my time and do it right, then there's a better chance that I'll be happy with the final results. Now I have green tea, another ink color from Catherine Puller, and I'm going to be stamping layer number 1 for the long stems of the carnation. Now I have the little flower for the top of the carnation, and I'm starting with It's a Girl from Catherine Puller since I've already completed stamping my stems. Okay, now we're going to go in with layer number 2, and I think it's Tutti Frutti. So Tutti Frutti from Catherine Puller. Okay, and then next we will do layer number 3, which is the smallest, most detailed layer with the darkest color ink. We're going to use Party Dress. And that's how I created my little carnations for on my card panel. Next, I'm going to show you how I created the teddy bear. I'm just pulling this little jig off of my sticky plate. I have a sticky mat in my Misty. And there you have it. We've got our carnations. Don't they look nice? I actually made it more than just these, but I didn't feel like I needed to put that in my film. Look at our teddy bear. Isn't he incredible? He is fantastic. All right, so I used my Altenew inks for teddy bear. So layer number 1 is called layer number 1 is called Rocky Shores. And I'm using the Altenew Coffee Break dye inks. It's a set of 4. They go together quite well. So anytime I have something that's brown, I do tend to gravitate. See, there's a white area. That's the bandage that he has a sling. His arm is in a sling. His ear has a bandage and his toes. So for layer number 2, I'm going to use Mocha. Now I'm going from light to dark. So these are my my first 2 layers. It's a 4-layer image. You can see that his nose is starting to form. His eyes are starting to form. Everything is coming together quite nicely. Now I have Espresso from Altenew. This is layer number 3. This teddy bear is really realistic looking. It just reminds me of, I don't know if you all remember Fozzie Bear from the Muppets. Just reminds me of that. And then my final layer, which is layer number 1, I'm going to use VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink because I want that facial features to really pop. So let's go ahead and stamp it out and see how it looks. Wow, would you looky there? We have a little teddy bear. Isn't he adorable? So cute. I do love this stamp set, and it looks like I'm going to go in one more time. Maybe I wasn't quite satisfied with that alignment. Either way, it looks great. I think he's so cute, and I think anybody who is, recovering from a surgery or, in the hospital would get a lot of cheer out of this card. There's also this little medallion that came with the stamp. It's like a little circle medallion with a little heart. You can't see it on camera. I did not end up using it, but I wanted to stamp a couple out so that I would have them because I thought maybe I could incorporate them. I thought maybe I'd put like one of these little medallions in Teddy's hand. You can also put it in your sentiment when you stamp your sentiment on your card. My sentiment, I didn't have the space for it because I used a banner. So that's all I'm doing right now. I'm using Pucker Up ink from Catherine Pooler, and I'm sorry that I am sliding off screen, but I'm losing space on my desk because all of my cutouts are collecting above my Misty. Now, this is what's called Digi Background from Kitchen Sink Stamps. This is from the set called Aloha. You get 4 different digital backgrounds in each set. And this one is called Water Splashes, but I thought it just looked like a flourish. I'm gonna tell you why I used it. I wanted the teddy bear to have a digital background that was generic, that wasn't hearts. I could have used flowers, but I was aiming for something that was more like a swirl. Okay. And I found this one, and it's called Water Splashes. It's from Aloha. These are available on the Kitchen Sink Stamp website, and you can download them to your computer, print them on your laser printer, and foil them on your Minc. And I'm using a pretty sparkly pink foil from H&H Sign Company, and it has hearts in it. So not only is it pink and sparkly, but if you look real close, it has little hearts in the design. So I have created 2 panels. I'm going to be sending the second panel through here in a second. I'm using my brush to dust my digital printout and my foil, but look at that. Isn't that pretty how it sparkles? I just thought that would look so cute behind the teddy bear. And I'll show you how I pull it all together after I finish peeling this. There you go. I love it. I think even though it's technically a splash, I think it looks really nice with this card. So I had some pink holographic foil cardstock, and I had this fluted circle die from Spellbinders. I put that down first, followed by my digital printout, which looks great. I like the way that looks together. Those are the dies that I used, by the way, just showing you real quick. Then I had this in my scrap container. It's a piece of light pink holographic foil cardstock. It's I cut it out with a scalloped oval die. I don't know the brand of that die. It was in my stash and it was given to me. So yeah. So I am going to pop Teddy up on some foam tape, but what I'm doing right now, I'm just eyeballing this and trying to decide how I want to do the layout. I was trying to decide that I want to put the carnations all around him. You can see that I have 5 carnations, 2 large and 3 small. How did I want to do this? And it took me a while to figure it out in my head, but I thought the cutest thing would be for him to be holding one of the carnations. So I actually clipped the stems. You don't have to do that. I thought, well, I'm going to try to keep everything around the same size, but there it is. He's got a carnation in his hand to give to whoever's going to be receiving this card. And then I figured, let's try to put a couple flowers behind that flower to give it a little bit like the appearance of a bouquet. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm sorry that I'm off camera. I got a new glass mat for my desk, and the way it sets my camera stand either hangs off the back of my desk or sits half on my desk and half on my mat. So I'm just getting used to the alignment. I'll be more careful next time, I promise. Now I'm just putting some more little carnations into that bouquet. So you'll see how these are cut out. They're very intricate. They're not dies. They're the SVG files. Again, these are free. When you place an order, Alpha Kitchen Sink Stamp, you need to put them in your cart when you order. It'll say 99 cents, but when it rings out, it'll be free. Now, if you forget, you'll have to go back in later and pay for the 99 cents. And once you get them through email, you want to download them as soon as possible so you don't forget that you have them and that they only are good for a certain number of days, and then you can't download them again. I was trying to decide whether I wanted to put some flowers behind him, but I didn't. I think it just got too busy looking. I don't know. Maybe I should have, but I put those flowers to use in another way. Yeah, the SVG files are really helpful. Otherwise, there's no way I could have ever cut out these delicate little carnations with my fussy cut scissors. I could have, but they would not look this realistic. They just look like they're fresh cut flowers. There's also not only these digital backgrounds, but there's also stencils that you can download and just cut. And these were cut using my Scan and Cut, but you have a Cricut, it'll work on that as well. And I wanted to tell you that Kitchen Sink Stamps includes a stamp alignment guide with every stamp set that they sell that you keep in with your stamp set to help you know where to align each point on the stamp for each layer. And they also have available color recipe guides. And so this is helpful if you're not really sure what colors to use on your stamps. And I'm looking forward to more videos doing more videos with Kitchen Sink Stamps now that I'm on their design team. I have some floral images that I'm really looking forward to creating some cards with. So I'm hoping that you are also excited about that and looking forward to seeing it. I used the Get Well sentiment from the stamp set, and I used a banner die that I had in my stash. I think it's from Sizzix. And I thought, well, that would look nice if I trim that and just put it at the bottom of his feet. And that's his little message. And then these little flowers, they were just so cute. I thought I'm going to add them to the panel. I guess I didn't have to trim the stems. I guess it was just a me thing. I don't know the mood that I was in to trim those stems, but I did trim them and just made it look like a boutonniere. So each side of the Get Well Soon has a little boutonniere flower. And you can make your carnations any color that you'd like. Now stay tuned to the end of this video, which is almost there. I will have some photos of the actual card finished, and they'll be close-ups so you can get a better sense of how this turned out. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Please subscribe. And everybody, please give this video a thumbs up and please leave a comment. It's really important that I get those comments and those thumbs up so that my channel can continue to grow and that when people are searching for videos, my channel pops up. I'm counting on all of you to help me with that request because it takes a lot of time and energy to create the videos. And when you only get a handful of views or a handful of comments, it kind of gets discouraging. And sometimes you just wonder, you know, you're putting a lot of effort into it, but it doesn't seem like you're getting the views. And that's my fault, I'm sure. I'm sure there's things I could be doing differently, but your support really does matter. And you can help me by giving a thumbs up and leaving a comment. This is a real extreme close-up of Teddy. It's a little bit hard to see because of all the foil and the shine. You know me. I like bling and I like sparkly and I like shiny. I'm hoping my friend likes this when she gets it from me in the mail. And here's a final photo. Thank you so much for viewing today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a hopeful day. Take care. Bye-bye.